Good morning, welcome to the channel. This is Meredith, and today I am going to start a week in my life here in New York. So if you've been following along on the vlog, you know that I just bought my tickets to go to Korea next week last night. So today is going to be day one of prepping for that trip. So I've been just contacting a lot of my friends who are still in Korea. Some of them are in the US, but they're actually considering now going with my friend and me to Korea. So it should be a good time. And I have a list of stuff that people have been requesting. So I'm going to go out, start doing those sort of errands, picking up things, and then also I need to order money. So as a result, I'm going to go to Hudson Yards today. I also scheduled 2 pickups for Too Good To Go because I think I'm just going to kind of live off of Too Good To Go for the next week or so. And then I have those salads from Trader Joe's. So I'm going to take you along with me. My water is starting to boil, so I will talk to you later. Okay, so I'm in my office. Water is still not yet boiled, but I'm going to set up this new laptop stand because look, this is what I mean by it's like a rise. So there's only a little bit of space here, so we're going to see if this one is going to be able to stay on there stably because the last one I had didn't. Okay, so it's honestly a little bit too wide, but we'll see. I'm a little bit scared, so I'm going to try to put this on with my hands, both hands fully in place so I don't break my keyboard, so I don't break my computer. But yeah, I'm going to try to see if it'll stay up here. Oh, so it's actually kind of a success. It worked. So got my MacBook up here, and since I have this Bluetooth keyboard, I don't really need to use the keyboard there. The only thing is I need to use my fingerprint scanner, but that's about it. But it looks so much better now. Still just using up this area. One additional thing I needed to consider is my phone because I probably will need to have my US number active. So I just looked up and my phone provider has a plan that's $100 per month. So I think I'm going to activate that for May because I'm going to be away so long that doesn't make sense to have it be $10 per day because after 20 days of that it's like, no, after 10 days, wow. Because the website said like after 20 days for like trips over 20 days do this, but it's $100 versus the $10 per day access, and it comes with 250 minutes, which I think is enough because I'm probably not going to have like that many phone calls, but I do need like text messages, and then it also comes with unlimited data, so I think it's actually a pretty good deal because then I don't think I need to activate or rent a Wi-Fi. I was considering renting a Wi-Fi egg. So if you are traveling to Korea, that's one thing. I do have like an affiliate link. I don't know if it works anymore, but it'll get you some money off, I think. But this website that I use and I was affiliated with is called Trazy.com, and they have a Wi-Fi egg for $2.50 per day if you're there for a short amount of time, but then you can also rent it for like long term. And then the other option is to change out your SIM card, but since this is a brand new phone and I'm waiting on so many calls and stuff, I don't want to necessarily change out the SIM card because I'm worried that like it'll be like not be able to be fixed again. I'm laughing because I just finished editing. I'm having a lot of fun editing these Alaska vlogs, but like sometimes people in the background, like I'm sure I realized it when I was like filming because like I was there in person, but like looking back on it, people say the funniest things. I've been having fun like putting in like quotes from like random man on my video because like today is the Hubbard Glacier day that I'm editing or finished editing right now. I'm kind of like exporting it or whatever, but he was like, whoa baby, when the things were calving and things like that. It was really funny. He said a lot of really funny things too, and I just like didn't put edits in all the time because otherwise it was like taking up all of the shots. So I would say like that is one thing that I kind of wish I had, but I'm not going to spend money on it, is like an editing software because I'm using iMovie, which is free and it's actually quite powerful, but I can't move where the like words go. And I mean I think I could do something creative with like creating different layers and things, but like I don't want to do that. But yeah, anyway, if you're like somehow still watching this and you care about the Alaska vlogs at all or Alaska cruises, a few things that I want to put in a video where I'm going to do like a sit down is that the naturalist is actually a really good resource. So our naturalist was named Natalie, and basically she like narrates the entire time in the glacier. So that's like really good added bonus, I think, for the cruise, especially if you want to learn about like nature and stuff like that. So the other thing is when we were researching it, or when I was researching it, I did all the research. My parents were along for the ride. So some of the things that I was looking into was like which side of the ship should I put my room on so I get the best views in Alaska. So we did the inside passage, so as a result it goes up and back, so it really doesn't matter which side of the ship you're on. And also especially for the Glacier Day, if you do like the Hubbard Glacier, I'm not sure about Glacier Bay, I think it's the same, that it does like a 360-degree turn in the glacier viewing area, so it doesn't matter where you are. So if we would have sat on our balcony the whole day, we would have seen everything. Maybe we would have missed some of the calving and things like that, but we would have seen like all of the views. And then the other thing is we spent a lot of time on the promenade deck and then also the bow. The bow was very crowded. The promenade deck wasn't that crowded. So most of the really good shots I got were actually from the promenade deck, just because it was like less crowded. There weren't people like putting their arms and stuff and their phones in front of my camera and stuff like that as well. And the other thing is that I was a little bit worried about my particular camera. So I have the Sony Alpha 5100. It's pretty old at this point. It's probably like maybe 10 years old. So I was kind of considering investing in a camera before we went. My dad has a really fancy camera, but I don't have any of his photos or anything in my video because they're not my intellectual property. But yeah, anyway, so I was worried that my Sony wasn't going to get good enough resolution videos and photos, but it did quite well actually. I just had to like tinker around with some of the settings on the camera, and I got some really good shots actually. So I was a little bit concerned, but I didn't have to worry about that. Some of my other footage is obviously from my camera phone, what am I, 90? From my iPhone. At that time I had an iPhone 11, so it wasn't even like the newest iPhone, and I also got really good footage from that. So needless to say, if you just have a really good scenery, it doesn't matter what camera you have. It might have mattered if you had like a flip phone, you probably wouldn't have gotten very good photos, but it's just so beautiful. Totally recommend it. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you about the Naturalist, if you're still somehow here, the Naturalist actually does a lot of work up in the Crow's Nest if you're on Holland America. So there's time with the Naturalist every morning, and basically they have her or whoever the naturalist is speaking on a microphone. It goes and it broadcasts around the Crow's Nest only, and if she sees any like whales or anything, she'll like whale out the starboard side or something like that, just so that you can see it if you want to see it. Personally, I didn't want to see whales because whales are like my number one fear, but it was a good added bonus, I think, because a lot of people do go to Alaska to see whales. And she also has a lot of knowledge about like various areas where you can look out for specific animals, because like obviously the animals kind of hang out in the same area. It's kind of like their house, you know? So definitely go ask your naturalist if you have the chance. My friend just sent me a funny message. So I just came on here to say, like, yeah, it's weird that I am starting with my interview clothes and interview products and then also my electronics on this packing list, but those are the things that I always forget, and they're very expensive. Well, I don't usually pack interview stuff, but like I start always my packing list with things that I always forget. Like I'm never gonna forget pants or like a t-shirt or something, but I always forget electronics equipment because there's just so many little small pieces and they're expensive to replace. And then the other thing I always forget are pajamas. So I was like thinking about this because I have an Airbnb and it does have a washer in it. So I guess like if you're interested in how to live in Korea, I can do another series about this, but just like interjecting here that if while I was looking for my apartments in Korea, I was looking basically at one rooms. I also like the bunihyeong because it has like a separation, so you can like cook and stuff and then close the door so it doesn't get your bed smelly and stuff like that. But I always also looked for full option. Full option means that it's like furnished basically. The biggest thing for me is that I didn't want to buy, number one, I didn't want to buy furniture, but then number two, I didn't want to buy appliances. So it usually means that it came with like a washer, and then it also came with an induction. It's not like an induction stove, but they just call it an induction, but it's just like a burner basically. And then it came with a fridge, and then some of my apartments, like my last one was so good. I love my landlord and my last one, our landlady. They were so nice. They actually gave me like a desk chair and a microwave as well, because they're like, oh, you're a foreigner, do you really want to buy this? I was like, not really. So they like gave me them and it was so nice. But yeah, anyway, so the apartment that I'm going to be staying in is a one room, and it also has the full option, so that's really good. But there are no dryers, so I'm going to have to make sure that I have extras so that I can like not walk outside wearing like sweatpants. Basically, I hate wearing sweatpants in public. Like if I wear sweatpants in public, you must know that I'm like dying. Like this is like me dragging myself out to the hospital. So anyway, I have to pack those things. So anyway, I'm making my packing list, trying to like put down the things that I completely like will forget, because I'm in the space now where I'm not panicking and packing. But like now I'm kind of like thinking about it. It's so quick. My check-in is in like 7 days. That's so fast. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to eat for lunch. Kind of sad in here. I have a piece of corn. I still have some corn I need to eat, so maybe I'll do that. And I have these like little elixirs from the Sustenance Vitality Bar or whatever it's called, so maybe I'll have a couple of these. Well, not a couple. I feel like that would ruin my stomach. So I'm gonna have this, and then I have, I'll cut up some cucumbers, and then I'll have some tomatoes and the corn. Gotta eat my protein, not my protein, produce. This might be an aggressive amount of produce for lunch, but I don't really have any proteins ready because I didn't make my salmon yesterday. Just using this signature Italian dressing from Olive Garden. I bought it at Costco. I was finally able to read this. It says light my fire, but it has like spirulina in it and coconut milk. But this is going to be lunch, so cucumber and tomato salad with Olive Garden dressing and a piece of corn and this beverage. I cracked it open, sniff test. I don't smell anything, so hopefully this tastes good, so cheers. Oh, this is gross. Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross. It is oily. No, thank you. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this. No. I can't get the flavor out of my mouth. It tastes like when you get sick and like, it's just like coating my mouth now. I rinsed my mouth out. It's just like in there. I don't know what it is. It must have been the spirulina. I don't know. It just tastes like I got sick and then it's like stuck in my tongue and my teeth. It's just not good. I'm getting ready to go out to Hudson Yards to do my errands. I don't remember if I told you, but my friend requested a couple of like really American items for me to bring over for her. So she requested Blue Box Kraft macaroni and cheese, very American, and then Twizzlers nibs. So I'm gonna have to go find those. And then I just signed in actually to my CVS app, and it turns out I have $6 of free coupons, and one of them expires today, so I think I can get them for free actually, so that's exciting. And then one of my other friends has never tried cherry Twizzlers, so I might pick one up for her to try as well, and maybe some other fun stuff. I don't know, we'll see what I can get up to for $6 budget in free coupons. And then I also have one for Walgreens, and I might actually go there as well. Walgreens in New York is Duane Reade, so we'll see what I end up getting. I lost my keys, so I have to find those. I think they're either still in my doorknob, which I don't think is where they are, or else they're in my pocket of my other coat. I actually found some masks, so I'm going to use this because again, I can't get sick right now because then I'll ruin my entire trip. So windy. The weather looks super stormy actually. Be an hour and a half to go. What usually takes about 12 minutes, maybe 20 minutes on a slow day. There was so much train traffic because of like a fire, I guess, in one of the stations. So they had shut down the power. So yeah, I'm finally making it. I'm a little bit late to my pickup, so I couldn't go to the bank first, so I have to go to the bank second. So windy. My way to CVS. I went to the bank and got my pickup. So, I don't know, they seem tempting, but I've never tried them. It was on sale, so it's all sold out, so we'd have to go someplace else. But this is not good, so I won't give her those to suffer.
Stamina with half the sets in the gym and delivers clinically proven results with.
Okay, so I'm obviously back home. My allergies are going nuts right now. Luckily, I had my mask on, so hopefully tomorrow will be better. But anyway, so I got all my errands done pretty quickly, but I went to 3 stores looking for Kraft mac and cheese. I just like didn't show them all. But yeah, they're like sold out everywhere. So I was like, it must be like an American staple, so it should be at all of these stores. I guess it must be so much of a staple that everybody bought it out to put in their pantry because it's just like sold out. Also, some of the boxes were like $2.99. I was like, when have these prices gone up? Because I'm used to paying like $1 a box. Is that like abnormal now? Anyway, so that happened. And then I came back home because I didn't want to get stuck in like the train traffic. And I also didn't want to be on the train during rush hour. But it was like so long to get down to Hudson Yards. But I was on the train for like an hour and a half. And it took me like, what usually takes 8 minutes took me an hour, I think. It was just like so slow. So I went to Twitter to look it up because I was like, what the heck? Why didn't I get an alert on my account that there was like a disaster on the train line? And apparently they tweeted 3 days ago saying that they're no longer going to be giving real-time updates on Twitter because it's unreliable now. So it's like, what else could Elon Musk do? Because like that's the only place I could get my real-time updates, because otherwise the options that they gave were like, look at the signs with the updated like info, and then the next one was like, look on our website, and nobody goes to their website because it's always like so out of date. And then the other one was like, use our app. I have the app because of bus times, and like I didn't get any alert for it. And to even further prove this point, there were people waiting at the station with the so-called like smoke condition that was causing us to all be stuck. So all 4 lines were stuck on one track, and we got just so delayed. So they basically shut off the power of the subway. Then there were people like going into the station at the one with the smoke condition, and the real-time like whatever ticker thing where it's like the train is like 1 minute away was saying that the train was 1 minute away, but there was no power on that segment of the track because they had shut off the power. So those people were standing there thinking that they were going to get on the train in a minute. I don't know, like we had been already on the train at that point for like an hour, and like why did the station master let the people get on the track? So they were buy one get one 50% off. So actually I paid a little bit too much for these. I got them all for $5 because I had the $6 of coupons. So I bought these for myself. I just like having them on hand and like in my purse because, you know, it's a breath mint, and it also helps like with dryness. So I'm gonna pack these for myself. I bought these because I'm curious myself about them. Like these sound delicious. They have kiwi, strawberry, that one doesn't sound good, pineapple, passion fruit, and mango. And then I bought 2 of the Twizzler nibs because my friend had requested them, and then my other friend had never tried them, so figured I would get one for each. This is what I got from Fresh & Co. It looks like this one's the veggie sandwich, and this smells like kind of spicy, like maybe like some sort of spicy chowder. I don't know, but I paid $4.99, and this is supposed to be a $15 worth of value, and I do think that's the case because sandwiches at Fresh & Co. are kind of expensive. I think they're usually like $12, and then this is a small cup of soup, and I think those are usually like $5. But yeah, I definitely got my value's worth, and I'm super hungry because my lunch did not sustain me. I think I might actually eat this all right now because that lunch was super small, and like that train ride took it all out of me. And like the soup smells really good, and I think I'm going to eat that first because it's like kind of getting coldish. Like it was hot soup when I started, but that was a little bit ago. So I'm going to eat that first, and then I'll probably do a little bit of other stuff and then come back for eating the sandwich later, because actually I don't have anything meal prepped, but I will meal prep the salmon. So I'm going to bake the salmon today so I have no excuse for the rest of the week for not eating what I already have in my fridge. Content you never knew you wanted, but I'm gonna give this a taste test. I'm kind of curious what it is. It has like some sort of grains in it, like rice maybe, and then it has some veggies in it. It smells very flavorful. It's good. So the soup is actually really good. It's like a Thai chicken curry sort of soup. It's really flavorful. That is something I would say about Fresh & Co. is they have a lot of really flavorful items. And actually, no, the sandwiches are a little bit bland, so you usually need to, or at least I need to add a lot of sauce to it. But the food is actually really fresh and like the kind of like healthy. It's like overly vegetables. The only downside to it is that it is quite expensive. But when you do get the sauce, make sure you ask for extra sauce. That's just my opinion, but I love sauce, but sometimes they are a little bit skimpy on the sauce. I was wondering today why everything was having a hard time focusing, but I must have dropped my phone or something, because this is like the protector for the lens of the camera, and it's cracked. But it's like right in front of one of the lenses. So maybe it's a good thing I had this, or else this is just like making you think that you need it. So you go out and buy another one. But I do have an extra one, so I'm probably going to put that one on just for safekeeping. And when I'm in Korea, I may as well try to find a bunch of them, because you can usually get cell phone accessories very cheaply in Korea. So yeah, look at that. it's somehow 7 o'clock already. I did eat the whole sandwich, so it was a veggie sandwich, but it was actually quite good. But I still am with my critique. There was no sauce on it, so I did have to add my own sauce. I think that they thought like the avocado was enough for like there to be like a sauce texture, but it didn't really add much flavor. So yeah, it was really good. It had beets in it actually, and I've never had like raw beets on a sandwich before, so I do think that's interesting. I'm importing more footage to continue on trucking with my Alaska vlogs, but other than that, I think I might go back and eat some more food because I'm still hungry actually, and maybe I'm actually more thirsty, but I am definitely still hungry because when I think about how little I ate today, there's no way that I'm not hungry. But I'm definitely going to drink some water because I must be actually dehydrated as well. So I continued making my list of things to pack. I think I'm almost done with that. I also scheduled a couple more interviews, so I don't know. I think I just needed to jumpstart my process by like just booking something that's not movable and like having that be the thing that like jinxes me into like having something to do, but then being like, oh, I'm not able to like do it this time. While I'm still thinking about dinner, I'm going to meal prep these salmon. I'm going to throw some of this Cuban-style citrusy garlic seasoning blend on. So it does have salt added, so just be careful with it, especially if you have high blood pressure or something. Here's the info. I'm going to season it a little bit, but first I got to pat it dry. So I'm going to use my, what's this called? Air fryer, and I'll update you whenever I figure out what I'm eating for dinner. I'm going to have this pair because I realized I have to eat these all up really quickly. And then the salmon is in the air fryer and I have water on to boil because I think I'm going to have buttered noodles. So no need to show you a video of that, but I'm having buttered noodles because they sound delicious. I was already in bed and then I remembered I needed to do my dishes.